Good morning. Welcome back to Hands Free. It is Wednesday, March 14th, I believe. So, another sunny day. Heading to work here, and it was 20-some degrees when I woke up this morning. But again, I don't let the cold affect me a whole lot, so it really doesn't matter to me. Just put the proper coat on and head on out. Today, again, hopefully be another light episode, but I wanted to, today, since first of all, I know yesterday I said that I was going to put Minecraft aside and work on my D&D campaign. Yeah, Minecraft won again. I'm really, I'm not real big fan of the controls on the tablet, but I don't have it on my computer. I'll take it. I picked up a couple of old worlds that I was working on and revisited them now that I can do this without losing all my stuff. So I went back to some of those, but today I thought I would talk about the D&D campaign that we're doing. So first of all, the beginning of this campaign is something I just come up with. Eventually, if the characters follow the main storyline, they will eventually end up in a campaign that the makers of D&D put together, but they're not there yet, and that may make things a little easier for preparation. But right now, pretty much everything I'm coming up on my own. I didn't realize how difficult, or I shouldn't say difficult, but how much time and effort we put into making like an entire city. Well, our adventurers, they landed in the campaign, they started out in a little town called Plum. It was a little village. So there was, a few shops and inn, not a whole lot there. So that was a lot easier to keep track of. And it's a good thing I did that, because even then I missed things and forgot to make up names for, the person who ran the blacksmith, stuff like that. Things I've learned since then, at least, make sure we have names for everybody. A couple of them I made up on the fly and then forgot to write down. So the next campaign, or next time around, I grabbed a name and hoped it was the right one, but no one said anything to me, so either they didn't know either. Either way, I got away with it. But anyway, the adventurers are currently in a bigger city, probably 10, 20 times the size of that village they started in. There's a lot there you gotta think about, and some of the stuff you can guide them away from, that sort of stuff, so that helps. But you have a lot more places they could end up, a lot more things and people they could encounter. Just the vastness of the city alone just makes it more difficult. But I'm enjoying it, and they seem to be having fun. And as a DM, that's what I want. I like to entertain people, and I like to be entertained. So as long as they're having fun, I'm having fun. So our band of adventurers, there's 5 of them. We have a gnome druid, and we have a dwarven cleric. Make sure I can get all these right. A dwarven cleric, a dragonborn barbarian, a human wizard, and then a halfling rogue, which is played by my wife. So, not sure if that says something about her, but she's playing the halfling rogue, and I'm DMing it. Now, the group does have what they call an NPC, a non-player character that's traveling with them at the moment. It is a human ranger that is played by me when need be. not always the easiest thing to keep track of all the bad guys and that character, and try to make both that character and the bad guys, the monsters, whatever, make them, true to what their character would do. So there's some challenges there. But they started off in the town of Plum, our 5 adventurers, and they ran into this rogue. And they ran into this ranger, which at the time, she was just an NPC. She was a farmer's daughter. Her brother had been missing for a few days. Her father's died years ago. It was just her and her brother running this farm, and her brother's missing. So she hired the band of adventurers to go try to find him and rescue him. Our adventurers, who thought, went out on this thinking it was simply a rescuing of her brother, uncovered, ran into, at least currently, the main villain in the campaign. Someone who was trying to restore the powers of a evil sorcerer that was part of a war 300 years ago that was conquered, and his powers were locked away. And this particular necromancer, in this case, was trying to, presumably at that time, trying to either bring that sorcerer back or somehow gain his powers. They end up, the necromancer I named him Yalar, got what he thought he needed, which was basically the one who cursed the Tasia, the wizard from 300 years ago, cursed him, took his powers away, and locked it away. But they found out later, locked away in an amulet. The curse said that it could be released by the blood of the one who set the curse. Well, that particular one who set the curse is no longer alive, but it sounds like at this point that Trace and her brother are descendants of that particular wizard who cursed that sorcerer a long time ago. So he took the blood of the brother and left. They did rescue the brother before he died and was able to bring him back, and he's currently nursing his health back, being nursed back to health back in Plum. But the adventurers decided to try to go out and stop this particular necromancer who's trying to take this power for himself, and in the process found out that Trace's brother, the one that they rescued, the one that he got the blood from, was adopted, not blood relative of, or in the bloodline of that original wizard that vanquished Tasia 300 years ago. So now they're trying to go get more information on this, trying to find out what happened to the amulet. How did Yalar get the amulet in the first place? It should have been locked up. They actually found an elven person that was alive and knew the original wizard that locked or cursed Tasia. Found him to give them more information about the amulet. He also transferred a magical tattoo from his arm to our cleric's arm in order to help them track down or see the direction of the amulet. So on all of that, they decided to leave Plum. They did help some people along the way, helped a farmer clear out some bears, helped take care of some were-rats, some different odd jobs. They did just to help out, to gain some gold and earn some experience. They hopped on a boat to head towards Krill, which is the next stop on the way towards the capital of the land that they're in order to get more information about what's going on. On that boat ride, they ran into a were-tiger riding a griffin across the waters to try to get and attack them. I've determined that my encounters are not difficult enough, is what I'm thinking. I don't know. As a DM, especially one who's never done this before, a lot of this is being done by trial and error. I don't want to make things so easy that the players get bored by it. I also don't want to make it so difficult that I wipe out all the players. So there's a fine line there that has to be taken, and right now it seems to have been. I keep putting it on the side of not difficult enough, but I don't know. It's a balance. I'm told that a lot of it has less to do about the power of the characters, but how many characters. The power of the enemies, but the number of the enemies. So we may have to play around with that a little bit and see what happens there. But anyway, they got to Krill. They had to deliver a package to Krill. One of the tasks that they got from Plum was to deliver a package to Krill. When they got to Krill, they delivered the package and found out there was nothing actually in the box, that they were the delivery. The one who wanted the package delivered was looking for someone to help him uncover who was robbing his items and try to get proof of who that was in order to take to the local magistrate in order to prosecute. He had suspicions of who it is, but didn't have any proof. So that's what these band of adventurers are currently doing, is trying to help him. That's kind of where they left off. There is the Gopher Day celebrations going on right now in Krill, so there's some games that some of the players could participate in. So I don't know, that's kind of where we're at. I can't say too much of what's going to happen, because if any of the players listen to this, I don't want to give anything away. But I'm excited about it. Like I said, up to this point, it's just random stuff that's falling out of my head. So that's what the players are doing now. And even once they get to the point where they may delve into this other pre-made adventure, I'm not taking it, word for word or step by step from the book, but taking elements from it and using them to fit into this. So that's kind of the end of that. I just wanted to, again, since I would try to get to doing a couple light episodes and trying to just tell a little bit about myself and what I'm doing. So some of that would make absolutely no sense to anyone who doesn't play Dungeons and Dragons, but if you have questions, you can definitely ask. Put them in the comments. I'll try to address those on future videos and go from there. But if you have any tips for me as a DM, I'll take those too. Again, I've watched several DMing tips and tricks series on YouTube. Gleaned a lot of stuff from them. There's still things that, and even then, you can only get so much from that. A lot of it's I've discovered is going to just come from experience and figuring things out as we go. And the thing is most of the stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, I got to make sure I do that, was stuff that in one of the videos somewhere they told, they said, oh, don't forget this. But there's so much involved in this. Think of a video game you're playing and everything goes into making that video game. There's the story, all that stuff. There's a lot to it, and this is basically the same thing. And you have to create this entire world for them. So you'll probably get updates on this as the campaign goes on. Like I said, we're one this week like we would normally. And depending on how our my friend who's having surgery, depending on how he's feeling, even the 2 weeks after that, we may or may not have an adventure. But anyway, if you like this, give me a like, subscribe. You know how it all works. I'm not gonna go through all that. It's all down below. Take a look at it. I did tell you that I would let you know once our church's most recent sermon went online. It is up on their channel now, and probably if you click somewhere right around here, there should be a little thing that's going to come up and say, hey, click here, I'll take you to their channel, and you can watch the latest video over there. Anyway, on that, I think I'm going to wrap things up, and I will probably talk to you guys again tomorrow. You take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye.